Yo, 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 what up, Womb? My boy. He's back on top. Morning, morning. How's your morning so far? I went on a run. I hate running, bro, but like, I was like, I might start running a couple miles in the morning. So I thought I'd do that this week. And bro, I am on no fucking sleep, bro. I'm on like 3 or 4 hours of sleep again. I can't sleep, bro. I was like, what? I'm just gonna get up and fucking run anyways. It's 3 p.m. for you? Damn. Yeah, you already had school? How was school? Yeah. Well, must have been awesome, bro. I'm sure it's alright. Alright, I'm looking a little bullish today for. But wait, let me see. Yeah, this 4 hour looking kind of bullish, bro. 4 hour, 15-minute. I think what we do is we either take London and then sell off, or we go back to all-time highs again. So do something like this. We'll see, we'll see. PA is looking a little bit clean though, a little clean. Okay, there's market open. See what we do. Oh yeah, that's hella good, bro. Imagine you copy trade 4K a month, bro. If you get 2 accounts, that's already 8K. Like, just think about it. Oh, and I got a waffle. Bro, my funded account is not done setting up yet. I don't know why it's taking so long. I've been waiting for Funding Ticks to send me my shit. I see you soon, brother. See you, Moon. Yo, 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 what up, Mizu? We are not doing much right now. Let's see. Yes, still could push. We still, I think we're still bullish. We have a little bit low resistance liquidity over here too. Maybe push into Asia highs right here. But there's no entry for me. Plus my funded account's not set up, bro. Come on. Why is it taking so long? Yep. Yeah, I think we're just gonna push back to all-time highs. So, wait for a possible retrace. I mean, I'll take something if it's on paper, but I can't trade my funded right now at the moment. Or you know what? There is an inversion here on the 5-minute. So like, I mean, you could just enter straight up. I'm not gonna lie, and it just might work, but probably not the greatest plan. Not the greatest idea for sure. I'm just waiting for any sort of retrace that we can get out of into like one of these fair value gaps, and then if we get a strong candle closure, ride the continuation into these highs. Look at all this liquidity we got on the 5 minute. We're gonna grind back into all-time highs basically. Yo, morning, Krelix. Yeah, I did have a good morning. Oh, you got exams? Makes sense, especially on these. Yep. Okay. So, fair value gap, potential. But I'm not taking this one either because it's too small. I'm eating a waffle right now. I think we tapped into it. No, we didn't. How I been? I've been good, bro. Got no sleep last night. Went up for a run this morning regardless. Feeling good. ES is gonna continue pushing, bro. I think ES is really close to taking these London highs. I think we just take it. Can we do something? Okay, 5 minute just closed basically as well. Okay, there's a retrace. So there is the proper retrace. So now I'm saying which one we hold. Which one do we hold? Bro, I'm never gonna get my funded accounts, bro. It's taking so long to set up. I might just have to try trade paper today. Might just have to trade paper. So I still like longs. Reason I still like longs is ES is still so close to taking these London highs. So even though there's a bit of an SMT at the moment, I still believe we still go for these highs. 24,831. Okay. There's a tap. Now I need to see a strong candle closure out. If not, and I think I'll probably be bearish if we start selling off below this low right here. So this is probably my last line of defense for longs. I want to see us right here. If not, we start shorting right here. But there is an SMT, like I said, so I just need a strong candle closure out of here. Ideally, we kind of hold this level, get an inversion right here too. So we start pushing. Well, okay. This is a nice strong candle closure, but ideally we don't get any wicks. I'll take it on paper. Let me see. If it continues pushing, I'll take it on paper. I'll give it a try on paper. I'm not in on my funded, unfortunately, because my funded account is not done setting up yet. I probably could have a stop below here. I'll have it below the candle like this. But this is probably like a B setup. Only reason is ideally we get a candle closure like this one right here instead of like a bottom wick where we tap into it, but it's fine too. I would be more comfortable if we just continue pushing and then close above all these other candles right here. And then I take a long, but it's kind of just whatever. It's on my paper. And then I say probably go break even like right here. I'll just have my stop right here. Can my account finish setting up, please? Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I'll even get my funded account today, bro. It's taking forever to set up. The only thing that's holding us down right now is ES. And then there's like another SMT at these highs right now. See, this is not what you want to see though, because like you get a strong candle closure right here and then immediately start rejecting, right? So that's kind of choppy price action, which I don't want to see, but it might take a couple tries for this to play out. Like ES is just selling off right now. I think it's gonna take NQ with it. We're gonna get stopped. Okay, you got stopped out on this. I still think possibly. Okay, so the 5 minutes about to close. Like I said, I didn't take that on my funded account because man, my funded account's not done setting up yet, bro. I don't know. It's been setting up for like 30 minutes now. I don't know why I didn't get my credentials yet. Can't log in yet. But yeah, it might take a couple tries. I still like longs ideally. Look, we got all this like kind of low resistance liquidity right here too. So now what I'm waiting for is probably an inversion out of here and then go higher. But we're kind of just selling off, like I said, so might have to consider shorts, but we'll see. We're so close to taking those highs though, which kind of suck. So, okay, so now we open up the 5 minute. So now two things is if we retrace into here, get a strong candle closure out of the 5 minute, and we get a 1 minute confirmation candle, I'll take that long. If not, we close below, possible potential short. Like I said, I don't want to really play shorts though, but it might work. But I'm just gonna eat my waffle right now. I will say, you're still safe. Nice job. I will say the safest stop loss you could, or sorry, the safest trade that we're waiting for right now is a strong candle closure out of here. But not only that, we get an inversion right here. So we get an inversion right here, right? And we close above like this. This is A+, I think. So yeah, we'll just have to see. So far, a bit of reaction off the 5 minute. We're holding it pretty nice so far. Like I said, A+ if we get that inversion right here. Look at my paper account, guys. I'm up 13K on my paper account, bro. Holy. I know this motherfucker will going up, but this fucking price actually keep taking out. Yeah, just okay. Yeah, that's why we wait for certain entry models. So now we're getting a nice push. Honestly, you could enter off of this candle. I'm not convinced. Actually, I'm getting ready to enter anyways on this page. Like I said, I'm not taking this on my funded yet because still not done setting up. But these are trades that I would like to take anyways. Okay, not in yet. We kind of flipped down at the last second right there, so I'll wait for a flip back up. You see, this is not what you want to see though, because like you get a strong candle like this and immediately follow up with no follow through, right? So that is like not a good sign, but this is like a good setup right here, I would say. Definitely a good setup still. Honestly, I'll just wait for another candle closure because we already passed like 40 seconds on this candle. So I'll wait for the next candle to see what we do. Okay, I'll take it again. Have my stop loss here for now. Same thing. Break even is still probably, honestly, if we re-break these highs right here, I'll go break even here, or that, or the white line. So we'll give it another try. If not, I think if this is another loss, then I think we step away because market conditions are probably not the greatest. Obviously, today's no news Monday, right? I don't believe we have any news. Yeah, we don't have any news Monday today, so it could be a bad day for trading. But so far, it looks clean price action wise. It's just like no follow through for the most part at the moment. Look at, because like we have all this low resistance liquidity on ES, right? I want to see us run it and just immediately take it, but like we're kind of just stalling, bro. Like when you see this low resistance liquidity, you should just take it in one candle. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll just see. So ES, okay, finally ES starting to move. There we go. We're just waiting on ES to take these London highs right here. Come on. If we re-break these highs up here, then like I said, go break even and try to hold, I guess. Oh, there we go. Okay. My other funded account is finally done setting up. Yeah, this PA sucks, bro. Look at this. No follow through, bro. You get a nice strong candle closure here. We should just blast off with that candle alone. And then this one right here, this candle right here, strong candle closure, kind of like, it's kind of just lackluster, bro. Okay, there we go. Now you go break even. All right, we'll wait for another setup, I guess. This is a good waffle, bro. I can't lie. So ES took those London highs, but I still want higher, so I'm just gonna hold. Yo, am I in longs? Yeah. I couldn't take it on my funded account yet because it was still setting up, so I'm just in it on paper. It's moving though. We still have nice targets, which I want. I don't know if I could get any re-entry though. Look how nice this 5-minute tap was though. Or I guess, yeah, this 5-minute tap. 5-minute tap right here. And then 1 minute confirmation, but it wasn't clean. All right, I'm done with my waffle. You're eating pancakes right now, bro? I honestly don't like pancakes, bro. That shit too dry for me, bro. Or at least the pancakes that I've had. What? What? L take, bro. This guy's tripping. This guy's tripping, bro. Yo, who's in this, by the way? Like, are we not taking... I said it might take a couple tries. I did say that, but it's going straight to TP now, which is nice. I did end up I did enter. I finally got my funded account. I did enter, so I was able to get an entry, which was kind of late, but I was still able to get an entry. I took this entry right here, instead of this one, which I think we entered on paper right here, which is fine. But I still like the target, so I still had confidence in this trade. So I still took it on my funded account because I finally got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm up 480 on my funded account right now. Not the bad. Not the bad. Alright, you have to be break even though. We did take Asia high. Those were like the biggest, easiest targets. I think we might chop around for a little bit before we take all-time highs, because that's usually what happens, bro. We get close to all-time highs, we chop around like this, try to stop we try to do as much the markets try to do as much damage as possible and stop as many people out as possible. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. So your main TP probably should have been Asia highs right here, because other than that, I don't expect a aggressive move into all-time highs. That's just kind of how it is usually. I did already take TP. My TP was at 75 on my funded account right here. I wrote it for a decent amount, like 25 points. Got about 25 points out of this trade. But like, I mean, if you want to hold, go ahead, be my guest. Just make sure you're break even. And understand we might just chop around for a little bit. But yeah, I took my dub. There we go. I'll just hold on it for the sake of do backtest with viewer again, bro. I'm a lose, bro. I'm telling you, I suck at backtesting. The thing that, like, with that backtesting software at the moment with that thing is everyone trades at different price points or time periods during NQ. So like someone could trade when price action, when price was trading at like 4,000, and someone else could be trading at when the price was at 17,000. Obviously, you're gonna be moving a lot better when the NQ was at 17,000, right? But bro, yeah, that's the only thing. I wish we were trading at the exact same time during the exact same time frame, bro. People, that I don't know why they programmed it in a way where we get different time periods. Like that doesn't make any sense. We should be trading the same price action, you know? The thing about the funding ticks though, which is nice, is you could try to, there's no end of day drawdown, right? So if you get like a nice trade off the bat, you could go from $2,000 of drawdown to like $2,500 of drawdown, and you could try to scale into your trades, right? As much as possible, because there's no consistency rule. It's just as long as you meet your profit target, and you get 5 days of like however many days of winning or something. But yeah. Let's go. Did anyone take the long though? I'm kind of curious. Was anyone in longs already? Was anybody in longs? You took longs in your head, bro. All right, bro. Thank God, bro. I'm glad my Instagram feed is just cats, bro. Jesus. Okay, not anymore. I refreshed it one time. Never mind. It's cats and manhwa, bro. Anyone read manhwa over here? The like the martial shit, like the wuxia shit, bro. Like the Miram shit. Anyone read? It's like that, bro. You'll like reincarnate into a fucking heavenly demonic sect and shit, bro. And you gotta find the divine physician to fix all your 6 meridian cores or some bullshit. and then once you get fixed, bro, like your entire family who doubted you, bro, you get revenge on them, bro. That shit's peak, bro. That shit's peak. You guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. You guys aren't on the sauce, bro. You guys don't understand. Alright, so we're about 15 points away from all-time highs. 15 points away from all-time highs. So, let's see if we take it. That's a super strong 4-hour candle closure right there. Super strong, so. Alright, pretty close to all-time highs, though. Who took this, though? Who took this shit? Who took this motherfucking trade? Oh, yeah, I'll show you my, funded account, too, bro. Okay. Well, I ended up taking this, right? So... This first account is what... This was the eval account right here. And then I passed that, so now this is my funded account. I could... Theoretically, I could continue trading, right? Because now I have... Instead of... Because it's end of day drawdown, right? I have $2,000 of drawdown, but I made 486. So my drawdown is now 486... Or 2,486, right? I could continue trading because I have more drawdown. I probably could scale more contracts, but like... Honestly, I don't want to. I'm not gonna lie, I just took my one and done. I'm not gonna try to make more money. I could though. I think one day, like, I might do that, but that's after we secure the payout on the account first. That's after we secure the payout. Bro, this is like actually a fucking heat trade. What the hell? I did say this shit was A+ right here. I said this shit was A+, no? I called this shit out. I said this trade down here. Okay, so this first trade was a B-. I said that. I said, you know, it's like not enough steam. We got stopped out initially. Get a retrace into the 5-minute. Got a doji candle out of the 5-minute. Super strong candle closure out of the 5-minute. And inverse the fair value gap right here. That's A+, bro. Plus we have targets, all-time highs. We're bullish long-term, right? Oh my god, bro. A+, bro. A+. I fucking called everything, bro. I'm about to start selling a course for $2 million a piece, bro. So make sure you guys get your course. Okay, TP hit. Get out. Get out. Look at that. Get out. TP hit. Plus 800. There we fucking go. Alright. Morning trade breaker. Alright. So first trade, we were down 300. Second trade, made back 300 and some change. Bro. I'm telling you, if I trade like how I trade on paper, bro, on like a funded account, oh my god, it's over, bro. It's over for everybody. Did you miss something? Yeah, we took longs and we just banked $800. I wasn't in, I didn't hold all the way on my funded account because I got my funded account late. So I took this trade on paper right here, I think, on this candle, but I had to wait on my funded account for it to finish setting up. So I think I took it like right here. So my, like, what the trade looked like, this was the paper trade right here. This is what our paper trade looked like. And then my funded account play was this one right here. This is what my funded account play looked like. right here. Yeah. So this is what my funded account play looked like. About a one. It was like a 1-to-1 right here. But this trade was a 3R right here. 3.16R. Not the bad. Mamma mia. Yeah, I just didn't see any shorts at all. Like, we took these London highs, but like when you close above London highs like this, oops, that's not what. When you close above London highs, right? Not like sweep London highs. You close above. That's telling me we want the other overnight session, Asia high, right? I'll make a video soon, showing you guys how to reprice action using overnight highs and lows, bro. Cause like that shit is a cheat code. Like, I don't have to go look on the 4-hour, 15-minute, 1 hour to find my daily bias. I just look at overnight price action, and that's what I trade. That's pretty much it. Bro, I gotta come out with the Monk model video soon, bro. The strategy video. The Monk. Like, you know how everyone's got their own fucking model? Like, the Justin Werline's got his Forever model. Doggy's got his Doggy's inversion model or whatever, right? Dude, we coming out with the Monk model, bro. Holy shit. It's about to change the game. Anyways, yeah, quick, easy trade right there. Had a nice run this morning already, bro. I could not sleep, bro. I'm telling you, I got home from work, and then, you know, as soon as I got home from work, I finished eating and went straight to fucking bed. I went straight to fucking bed, and that was around like maybe 11 o'clock. And then I set an alarm for 5:30 to go run. But then I woke up at like 3 o'clock, and then I just couldn't go back to sleep. And then I woke up again at like 4:30, couldn't go back to sleep. I was like, fuck, bro. And then finally 5:30 came around, and then I went for a run. I think I ran like maybe a couple miles. I honestly don't even remember how many. I just ran around my neighborhood, like the entirety of my neighborhood. So, nice run in the morning. Got the mind straight. I'm gonna do that every day from now on, pretty much, just because it's, you know, nice and just get the mind right. So let's see. As you guys can see, you know, went for the run this morning. Yeah. But let's see. Big SMT. Hey, guess what, Fugaz? We don't give a fuck about the SMT, bro. Who gives a shit, bro? Who gives a shit? We taking that all-time highs on ES, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm joking. I don't know. Don't trust me, bro. You're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right, bro. Hey, you always be sending this shit, though. Who gives a fuck about this SMT, bro? SMTs, bro. If I say we're long, then the market goes long, bro. That's all it is, alright? If I say the market's long, then we go fucking long, alright? You're shorting if we sweep all-time highs? And I'm... Alright, bro. Good luck. Find your CISD, bro. Get your CISD, bro. Look what I say. I say if we're bullish, then the market's gonna be bullish. Guess what? We're gonna push into $25,000, or yeah, 25,000 today, bro. I'm telling you right now. I'm joking. I'm actually joking. That would be insane, though. I think I started first learning how to trade when NQ was around like 17,000, 16,000. Now we're already at like 24,000, 25,000, bro. It's crazy. Alright, this is your game plan. Alright, let's see. Was this ES on the left? Oh no, it's NQ, okay. Yeah, it's looking clean. I like your charts, bro. Okay, let me, I'll get to you in a second, Ben. I'll get to you in a second. Let's see what TB took. Oh yeah, back in the 5-minute tap. What is this? Oh, it's gold. Okay, I'm like, this looked. Oh my god, yo, this is an A+ trade right here. This is an A+ trade right here, trade breaker. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this is A+. Liquidity sweep, tap into the fair value gaps right here. Got low resistance liquidity, super strong candle closures over here, and we just take off. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay, Ben, yo, what made you take the first trade? Where was the liquidity? Are you talking about the one that we lost on, or are you talking about this one right here? Are you talking about this one, right? This one right here, right? Yeah, okay. What do you, okay. Liquidity, but where was the liquidity? We had, look at this liquidity right here, bro. Look at it. You see all these swing highs? First of all, overnight sessions is my main target. That's first and foremost. Second of all is all-time highs, right? So we have all-time highs. So if I were to replay price action when we were going in the morning, right? Let me just go ahead and delete everything, right? Just so it kind of makes sense, right? If we're, okay, so market open was around right here, right? Ben, right? Market opens around here, right? How I decide whether I'm pretty much bullish or bearish for the most part is if we just draw the CE out of that session, right? And whatever the upper half or the bottom half that we are pushing towards closer to, right? That's for the most part, like what I'm aiming for, right? So if we're closer to the London highs, I'm not saying we're gonna get London highs, but it makes more sense, right? Because we're already pushing towards that level, right? So you see how we're already like on the upper half of this consequent encroachment, right? We're on the upper half of the 50% of the London highs. I'm not saying this is not the strategy, or this is not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, it's just a quick glance, bro. Like, that's like the only way I can describe it to you is like whatever we're whatever we're pushing closer to, right? But not only that, but look, when we're pushing right here, right before market opens, yeah, consequent, yeah, CE is consequent encroachment. When we're pushing towards this London high right here, what do we have on the left, right? You said what is the liquidity, right? Well, where was the liquidity? Well, I mean, if you just look on the left, bro, look at swing high, swing high, swing high, swing high. Look at all this low resistance right here. Swing high, right? Swing high, swing high, swing high. So like when I'm seeing this market open right here and we open up, like, oops, that is not what I meant to do. When I see us like break past these London highs and we're not really slowing down and reversing to the downside, I'm like, okay, shorts are off the table because we're not selling off after sweeping those highs, right? We break past the London highs. When an Asian explains to you, he's right, pay attention. All right, bro. When we get a sweep above, right, I said my only condition for a short is if we continue selling off really aggressively below this inversion right here, right? We never got it. Instead, we kind of start holding this fair value gap, right? We start holding this fair value gap. But if you look on the 5 minute as well, what I was aiming for was this 5 minute fair value gap. I was like, okay, if we retrace back into this 5 minute fair value gap right here, this would be good. The reason it would be good is because we're kind of retesting these London highs just to see if we would hold these London highs, right? If not, and if we close below these London highs right here, I would have probably been bearish because we still have nice targets to the downside, right? We still have nice targets to the downside, but instead, right? Instead, we tap into the 5 minute fair value gap, right? We tap into the 5 minute fair value gap, get a doji candle out of it. Super nice candle closure, right? And we kind of hold this 1 minute as well if you want to say, you know, if you want to really be nitpicking, right? But I said I wouldn't go long, right? Because there's a new condition for this trade, right? Typically, let's say, like, I honestly would have taken this trade if there was, like, let's say there was, like, no fair value gap right here, right? And the candles look like this. I honestly would have just entered off of this candle. That candle right here, this is the candle I would have just entered long off of, right? And the reason I would have entered off of is, like I said, I still like longs, right? We still have all the liquidity. Before you enter any trade, you need targets, right? What do we have as targets? London highs. We have all these relatively we have all these relatively equal swing highs ish, you know. We have this low resistance liquidity, but also not only that, we also have all-time highs, right? So when you're trading near all-time highs, you don't want to be short bias. First of all, that's first and foremost. Like when you're near all-time highs, you don't want to be short bias. You just want to play the longs, right? But because we had this fair value gap, right? Because we had this fair value gap, a new condition opened up for me to enter trade. I said, even though we got a strong candle closure, I want to see us actually hold this level, right? So I didn't enter 1 million times out of 10. I would enter this trade based off this candle if there was no inversion, right? But because we had an inversion right here, I was like, okay, new condition is if we close above, that's when I take the trade, right? So I said, if we close above, then that's what I will enter, right? So we finally enter off of this candle right here. There's our entry, right? This is our buy signal right here, right? And then, you know, we start chopping it off a little bit. Usually, I honestly, if you don't like this candle closure right here, I would say wait for this candle closure. This one's a lot cleaner, right? This candle is a lot cleaner because it's showing you we're gonna retest the inversion and close super strong out of it. So you could honestly enter off of this candle as well. But we did close off, the model calls for this candle entry right here, right? And what do we still have, right? We still have all these targets, so that's the good thing, right? But like I said, it was a bit choppy. You could have gone break even at these highs right here, right? So you could have gone break even if you wanted at these highs, and then we just hold, right? All-time highs, and that's literally just the trade right there. I think we still, yeah, all-time highs was on the 15-minute though. So it's on the 15-minute, right? All-time highs. So that's what we hold for. And yeah, to the tick basically, we got all-time highs. See, Ben, you're asking the correct questions, bro. Ben, this is what you like to see, bro. This is what I like to see out of a person watching the streams, right? I don't like people who just take whatever trades I'm taking, right? You're asking the right questions. Just another question. How do you know which fair value gap to trade off of and what to ignore? This is the best fucking... okay. I will tell you right now, this is how I went from unprofitable to like a mediocre ICT trader to someone who's able to get payouts tonight, right? That question you just asked right now is what changed my trading, right? How do you know which fair value gap's gonna hold? You don't. That's the question. That's the answer I'm gonna give you, right? You don't know which fair value gaps will hold, right? That's why whenever I'm saying I'm waiting for a candle closure, so let's say, okay, let's just say each fair value gap, right? Let's say like you don't know, there's a couple fair value gaps on the left, right? You don't know which one's gonna hold, right? So let's take this for example, right? Let's take this for example. You see all these fair value gaps over here, Ben, right? Look at, let me just draw out every single individual fair value gap, right? For you, right? Just so you can see, right? Fair value gap, fair value gap. When you first start learning ICT, bro, right? When I first started learning, at least, no one told me how to identify. They're like, oh, you just take the one in discount, bro. Like you take the fair value gap at discount, bro. That's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. In this case, technically it did work, but I'm just saying, for the most part, you don't know, right? Let's say you have all these fair value gaps, right? Everyone fucking listen up. I'm about to drop some sauce on you, right? You don't know which fucking fair value gap's gonna hold, right? Actually, let me find a better example, actually. Let me find a better example. Let's see. Okay, this one. Let's see. Okay, you know, let's just do this one right here, right? Let's just do this one. Like, I can't really find any good examples. Okay, you know what? Let's do this one, right? So Ben, so let's say we're short biased, right? Let's say before any fair value gaps is, I just want you to know, is just my fair value gaps are just my like entry model, right? They're not how I identify bias or draw liquidity, right? Let's just say it's just used purely for an entry model. How do I know whether the first one right here is gonna hold or the second one, right? And how okay, actually no, I can't really find any good examples, but basically what I'm looking for is just a strong candle closure out of any fair value gap, right? So look at all these fair value gaps right here, Ben, right? So let me draw all these out for you, right? Fuck. Fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here, and then fair value gap right here, right? When you first start learning ICT, bro, nobody teaches you how to identify which one's gonna hold, right? How do you, like, nobody teaches you which one's is gonna hold, right? Because most people, this is why I hate going limit orders, right? People set a limit order right here, right? I'm gonna set a buy limit and then immediately enter as soon as the candle like taps in, right? But that's like the stupidest shit I think I've ever seen. Obviously, if they have their own other strategy like that requires that, then that's fine. But like for me, I trade solely based off of drawn liquidity, so I don't know which fair value is gonna hold until I see it, right? So obviously, I'm not gonna buy limit. That's why I wait for candle closures, right? I want a fresh, clean, like 1 minute candle closure, right? So instead, I don't buy right off the bat, right? When we see a tap, because guess what? I'm not gonna lie. When I first started trading ICT, every single fair value gap I just decided to take, right? Every single one I decided to take, and as let's say I enter long right here, right? As soon as I enter long, you know, let's say I got a stop loss right here, right, or whatever. As soon as I enter long, the next candle, guess what the next candle does? Instantly stops me out. Now I just lost because I didn't know which one's gonna hold or not. I'm like, shit, bro. how do I know this one's gonna hold, right? This one is gonna hold. How I know that is because this strong candle closure out of it. Okay, obviously we already know this one's gonna be lost, right? We know this is gonna be a loss, but you see the reaction out of the fair value gap, right? I just want you to understand this. This is a loss, but I'm not saying this is a loss because the strategy or whatever, right? That's just with any strategy. You're bound to lose. It just so happened that this candle, I'm just trying to explain to you, right? We already knew this is a loss, but this is what I'm saying is I wait for a strong candle closure. You see how the reaction off of this one, how different it is from the first reaction, right? Because when you enter right here, right? We tap in right here, right? But is this candle giving you confidence that we're gonna get follow through right here, bro? This little measly like tap back into a fair value gap. Look at the top wick. What does the top wick tell you about a candle? The last 5 or 10 seconds of that candle immediately start pushing down, right? At some point, Ben, this candle looked really strong, right? It looked like a nice full candle like this one right here, right? But then at the last like 10-15 seconds, we started selling off, right? Yeah. At the last couple seconds, this candle started selling off super aggressively, right? And then we closed kind of weak. Why would you buy into weakness, bro? I'm gonna ask you that. Why the fuck would you buy into weakness, right? Simple as that. So, like, this is why this trade got blown out of the fucking water, right? But look at this candle reaction out of it, right? We get a strong candle closure, no top wick. What is that saying? The buyers are buying all the way up until the candle closure, right? They're buying all the way up until the candle closure. No hesitation from the buyers whatsoever. Look at the follow through right after, right? A lot of follow through, right? That's how you know the fair value gap's gonna hold. But like I said, this one's a loss, right? Because not every strategy is gonna be a loss. What I'm teaching you is you're going from like a 50% win rate trying to trade fair value gaps, right, to maybe like a 70%, right? When you're waiting for a strong candle closure, you're just increasing your chances of riding the correct move, riding the wave, right? Like obviously this trade is a loss, right? We knew it was a loss because obviously we took on paper, right? But it's just that's just part of trading, right? It's just part of trading. It's just part of that 30% loss, right? But wouldn't you want to be on the side that's on the 70% win rate rather than the 50%, right? This is what I hate about ICT and when like people try teaching ICT, you take the trade that's in premium or discount or the fair value, like they never show you actually which fair value app's gonna hold, bro. Hey, remember this. I'm a patent this shit. It's the fucking monk model, bro. Yeah, this is also where risk management comes in from losing trades. Exactly. Thank you, Garber. But like I said, this little minor tweak to ICT, it's a tweak, right? It's a little minor tweak to ICT, right? Is gonna increase your chances of knowing which fair value app's gonna hold. It's not gonna give you immunity to losses, right? It's just increasing your chances of taking the winning trade, right? So like I said, we knew this was a loss, but like I said, that's not how fair value gaps are just my entries, right? For the most part. We already identified that we were long bias, right? What do you call it? Ben, right? We already identified that we were long bias from the highs and stuff, right? Yo, Tom, bro, you gotta chill, bro. We already identified. So, like I said, nothing changes, right? I'm still long bias. Okay, now, Ben, right? Now, how do I know which fair value app's gonna hold? Look it. Guess what? This one no longer is holding, right? This one's no longer holding, right, Ben? So now this is the last one that we see, right? Not only that, but we're getting a 5-minute fair value app. So this one, if any fair value app were to hold, it would most likely be this one because now we're aligning time frames and all this, right? So guess what? This candle drops in here. Like I said, because we retrace into it, you don't take it. You want to see us actually hold the fair value app. So we're waiting, right? I don't give a fuck that we tapped into it. I don't give a shit, bro. We tapped into it. I don't care. We're just waiting. Right, we're waiting. Okay, even this candle, this is a good sign that we're kind of holding it. There's hesitation, but this is not a buy signal yet, bro. I want you to understand, this is not a fucking buy signal. This is just saying there's hesitation here, right? People, this is also ICT. When, I swear to God, every fucking like 80% of ICT traders try to teach this. They're like, oh, when you see a wick like this, bro, when us wick into the fair value gap, we're holding it, bro. Like, no, the fuck it isn't. It's just like there's hesitation in this area, right? So this is not a buy signal yet until Look at this. You see this candle right here? Now this is your buy signal, right? Because now it's showing you're holding the fucking fair value gap, right? So let's just ignore the fucking 5-minute real quick. So is it the size of the fair value gap that makes a better trade just because the other two are smaller? That is also a good question, Garber. I will say yes and no. I will say yes and no, but I'll explain it in a little bit. Let me finish this first, right? You see how strong, like this is like an A plus candle right here. No bottom wick, or top wick. It's just a full body candle, right? This is like my favorite type of candle to enter off of because there's no hesitation, right? So this is the candle that's showing you, yo, we're holding this fair value gap right here, right, Ben? This candle, so now you just slap long and you do whatever you need to do to fucking take the trade. And that's why we won on this trade, right? So I hope that answers your question. Everyone who was fucking listening, mark that shit in your brain, bro. That's the one tip. If I could go back and teach anything and like learn ICT over again, that's the one thing I will tell you guys right now. That will make you from an okay trader to a fucking amazing trader. So fucking ingrain that shit in your fucking mind right now, because I'm telling you right now, that is the cheat code to ICT. So if you don't give a shit, you're ignoring it, bro. You're doing yourself a disservice. Okay, so now Garber. Is it the size of the fair value gap that makes a better trade? Just asking because the other two are smaller. I will say yes for the most part, because when you see a fair value gap, Garber, you want to see strength. And so let's say we're long bias, right, Garber? And we get like, let's say I'll draw a couple of fair value gaps, right? I'll draw a couple. When you see a fair value gap, right, and we're retracing into it, like you could think of these levels as like support, right? You don't want to try to trade off of a fair value gap that has like little to no support, right? It's because like there's so much chop. If you want to think of it about like how like a normal fair value gap is formed, right? It's a 3 candlestick pattern, right? Everybody knows this, right? It's a 3 candlestick pattern, right? But basically what I want to see out of a fair value gap is like strength, right? I want to see true imbalance. Basically what a fair value gap is just imbalance in the market, right? There are more sellers within this single candle, right? So this candle right here, the markets are always about equilibrium. The buyers have a fair chance to buy, the sellers have a fair chance to sell, right? In this specific candle right here, there were more sellers the entirety of this candle than the buyers could like make up for, right? There was just too many sellers. Now there's an imbalance, right? There's an imbalance right here. So we want to retrace into these levels to either continue selling off or completely disrespect it and go the other way, right? So when you get small fair value gaps like this, what that's saying is there was a lot of equilibrium, if you want to think about that, right? There was a lot of equilibrium. You don't want to trade that for the most part. You want to trade these big candles because this is where like it shows you the true. Yo, what up, Toby? Did I trade today? I did trade today. We took 1 W, 1 loss. The loss was on paper, and then I took 1 on funded. So I'll show you. What do you call it? I can't even show it, but you just go ahead and replay the video, Toby, and you'll see. But when you see this fair value gap compared to like these ones right here, what do you call it? Garber, right? Yeah, you want to trade like the bigger ones for the most part because they hold more values. Are you Asian, bro? No, the fuck. I'm actually white, bro. I'm actually a white guy. Nah, yeah, I'm black, bro. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, you want to trade the one with more, like less wicks, right? You want to trade the one that with less wicks because what this is saying is there's more imbalance, right? This one holds more value, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. I can't really explain it. I probably have to make another video, but the questions you guys are asking are really good. So yeah, I will say, Tom, wait, because like, think of it. This is the simplest I could put you, all right? This is the simplest I could explain to you, right? Obviously, small fair value gaps, small FEGs equal chop and balance, right? Chop / balance, right? We're at a balanced market when we get small fair value gaps. If there were no fair value gaps at all, that just means the market is at complete equilibrium. No one's winning, right? No one's winning. The bears are not winning. The bulls are not winning. Nobody's winning in the market. We're completely balanced. That is not what you want in a market, right? when you're trading a market, you want volatility. You want imbalance, right? You want the opposite of balance. You want people to be fucking losing, right? So you can win. That is the entire point of the market. You want people to fucking lose so you can win. And sometimes it'll be the other way around, right? Sounds more like the reaction out of candles. That is part of it, but like I just want you to understand. But the bigger fair value gaps, right? The big fair value gaps, right? Big FEGs are when you get volatility. Volatility slash imbalance, right? I'm typing so weird, right? And the reason people win or lose in the market is because this imbalance, right? It's because the volatility and imbalance, right? Because now if you start forming fair value gaps, you get people who are losing within this area, right? Because look at the bulls are pushing, right? Now you're starting to open up fair value gaps, right? There's imbalance. So when you retrace into it, I'm not saying like how you know which fair value will hold will ultimately just decide between like if the market shows you. How will it show you? Because it's holding the level. It closes strong out of it. That's to answer your question. How do you know which fair value it's gonna hold? You don't until you see it, right? How do you know you're gonna see it? When it closes strong, right? But I'm saying all the different fair value gap sizes hold different meanings, right? The bigger fair value gaps are obviously the ones that you're most likely gonna want to trade out of, right? I would never, for the most part, really take even if we get a strong candle closure out of a small fair value gap gar bear, I probably won't take it. I'm gonna tell you right now, even though like we get a strong candle closure out of a small fair value gap, it is a fair value gap, but it's not showing me that there is a lot of imbalance, and like this is where a big potential move is gonna happen, right? If that makes sense, right? It's not giving me confidence in that. So to answer your question, wait for the clearer ones, right? But I'm not saying this one isn't bad of a fair value gap. The reason I still took this one right here, ultimately, oops, fuck, I just removed my indicator. Okay, never mind, we're good. The reason the reason why even this fair value gap was small, why I still took it, right? Why did you still take it after all this bullshit you said over here? Well, just go to 5 minute, bro. Just go to the 5 minute real quick. What's on the 5 minute? Right there, boom. That's to answer your question right there. We just had stuff that was popping up. What's popping? Brand new whip just hopped in. Yo. Indicator settings, I got you. But yeah, you guys are asking great questions today. Just pause the video, broke right here, broke trades, and then just replay it, whatever you need. But yeah, bro, great questions today. Ben, Garbear, you guys, those are the type of questions you got to. Multi-time frame confirmation sounds like also, yeah. That for the most part, I wouldn't say so most of the time. Usually I'm like, it's more on the 1 minute. Sometimes I'll trade on the 5 minute as well if we get a nice one, but it's just what I see, right? I'm honestly kind of more of a discretionary trader nowadays, but I hope that you take something away from that just a little bit though. I hope you guys kind of take something away from that. But I would say replay today's video, because there was so much sauce in today's video or this live stream. I'm telling you right now, you don't even know what I just dropped for y'all. Today kind of sus. I didn't take anything because I want to see liquidity sweep first. Did you have some? Yeah. What do you call it? I'm up 486 on my funded account. It took a while for me to take my funded account, but I'll show you the trade. So I was down 300 on this first paper trade, and then we took 800. But thank you Raymond, thank you. So this is the trade that we kind of took right here. I took this one actually. Then we took it right till 87. So this was the second trade. The first trade was a loss, unfortunately, which was this one right here. But I did say I did say this on stream that the first trade was a B- or like a B- trade. I did say on the second one it was an A+ trade. So it's kind of just up to you, whichever one you guys decided to take. But yeah, first trade right here was this candle right here. We took off this candle, was a small loss, $300. Boom. We retried it. I said I still like longs, so we re-entered off of this candle right here. After we got the inversion, after holding these fair value ups down here, right? So this was the trade today. So now, yeah, we're up pretty nicely. But like, I think what's more important is the questions that you guys asked today and the sauce that we dropped. So that is it for the stream today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good questions. So make sure you guys keep asking questions like that, right? Because this is probably the only time that you guys can. From someone who actually cares, bro. Like, go into any other streamer, bro. They are not dropping sauce for you. It's gonna be behind a fucking paywall, guys. I'm telling you right now. Make sure you use my affiliate codes to help support your boy, right? If you appreciate the free fucking sauce, My Fun Futures, Tradeify, Funding Ticks, Apex. If you guys ever buy an account, use code MONK to help support me. I make like $50 like every 2 fucking weeks, bro, from this shit. So, hey, help me out, bro. We gotta start cranking that shit up, bro. It's not enough to pay the bills yet. It's not enough, bro. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Actually, before we go, let's review some trades. Let's see what Isaac took today. Let's see. Cat fill. What is this? NQ? Nice. I don't know. I think it's a dub, so it's a fire. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Mizu. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, 3XLs. Thank you, Broke Trades. Thank you, Toby. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Garbear, of course. And then I will see you guys probably, yeah, tomorrow as well. So yeah, we took a nice dub on the stream today. I'm up 486 on my funded account. No more trades for me on the funded account. But yeah, that is it. Peace. Have a good one.